Hey guys, welcome back. It's Mr. Vince, and today I'm going to show you guys some of the vehicles I do use for grinding Jailbreak and how you guys can get the vehicles. So, of course, before I get to anyone, if you guys are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. We're trying to hit 700 subscribers before the end of summer. So please hit the subscribe button. It'll help me a lot. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So there are a lot of vehicles in Jailbreak, such as like the Roxer, which is a boxer. I'm kind of confused right now, but anyways, we have a lot of vehicles such as the helicopter, the airtail, the jet, the torpedo, the Bugatti, all kinds of vehicles. So we're going to look at the vehicles I do use for grinding and how I got them and how you can get them. So let's start off with the vehicle that pretty much everyone knows and loves today, the Volt Bike. The Volt Bike in my garage is at the very end of course, my garage, as you can see. And apologies for lag, my computer is not feeling good today. But anyways, now I only use the Volt Bike if I did the Volt Bike steering glitch. But it's different because this time it doesn't flip. How do you do it exactly? There are a specific amount of vehicles that you can use to spawn the Volt Bike and it will work well. So here's an example. Let's get in a helicopter and we're going to click spawn and we just spawn ourselves a Volt Bike. You can tell if you are not able to flip on your Volt Bike if your turning direction is extremely different. So like if you are turning like this, then that means that you are not able to flip on objects. Now, why do I use this Volt Bike exactly? Well, it's extremely helpful when I'm robbing the power plant because, I can easily rob the power plant without having the Volt Bike to like bounce around and all that. It's also very helpful whenever I finish a museum robbery. So like if I finish a museum robbery, I could just go into Classic and I could just spawn a Volt Bike and it would be a piece of cake. Now, of course, I mostly play on mobile, so it also works on mobile. It works on every version, so you can play on Xbox and it'll work, PC, mobile. You don't have to be on PC for the glitch to work. Now, how did I get the Volt Bike exactly? So it was way back in early January of 2020, and basically I was grinding for 1 million vehicles first. After I got the Roadster, I started grinding for 1 million vehicles. The first ever 1 million vehicle I purchased was, of course, the Volt Bike. And it was different because the Volt Bike didn't flip as much as it does today. Because now, if I get back in the Volt Bike, as you can see, it actually flips a lot more than it did back then. And of course, my computer is kind of buggy right now, but that's okay. It should be perfectly fine because I'm the only player in the server. But anyways, the Volt Bike is bouncy and it's really laggy if you're playing on a laggy device. So yeah, how can you get the Volt Bike exactly? Now, the Volt Bike spawns by the 1 million dealership, which is in the town. You just simply have to go right or east of the prison and you'll be able to go to the 1 million dealership. It is 1 million cash. All you have to do is grind a lot of robberies, like the museum, the power plant, to get 1 million, and you can buy the Volt Bike. Now, there is a glitch that you can use. If you're on PC, this glitch is the easiest on, but if you're on Xbox Mobile, you're going to have to be in a vehicle for it to work. So on the PC version, you simply do E and space at the same time, and your Volt Bike will actually bounce. Now, sometimes, depending on your FPS, the Volt Bike will not do a long bunny hop, and instead it would just be a short one, and the player will not be glitched. Now, I can't show you guys it because my FPS is perfectly fine sometimes, but other times it's just choppy and all that. So yeah, now depending on your fall and jump animations, the player will either do what I'm doing, or the player will simply do like the pose where your arms are just going to be more spread out, and you're just going to lay on the Volt Bike, which is pretty funny. But it only happens if you don't have an animation for both jumping and falling. So yeah, now that is, of course, the Volt Bike. The next vehicle I have used, and that vehicle is, as everyone knows, is the Bruley. Now, the Bruley is an OG Bugatti as everyone knows. It was added way back in the Jewelry Store update, which was 4 years ago by the time. I mean, it's almost 4 years ago. I mean, the Bugatti was first released along with the Jewelry Store on June 5th, 2017. Maybe June 4th, but yeah, the Bugatti was originally the fastest vehicle, but the Torpedo took it over since it had better stats than the Bugatti, and everything except for top speed and reverse speed. Because apparently the Bruley beats the Torpedo in top speed as seen by a video. Now, how can you get this vehicle? Unfortunately, I have to say you cannot get this vehicle because it has retired. I was one of the lucky people who got the Bugatti before it retired, along with the Mini Cooper and the Mustang, but I already bought for the Mustang a long time ago, so I don't need to explain about that. It was 500,000 cash, and if you try to buy the Bruley, you can still get the prompt, but nothing happens because you can't actually get the Bruley, and you get a prompt that says vehicle is retired. So you cannot buy the Bruley. It did spawn by the Jewelry Store, but the new Chiron, which was added a year ago, replaced it. So the next vehicle we have in the list is an Army Heli. Now the Army Heli, I use the Heli so I can actually get to the airport to get a key card from the cargo plane, or I simply rob the cargo ship if the little bird was not helpful. How do you get it exactly? Well, once again, just like the Volt bike, you need 1 million cash, and you can get it on the top of the 1 million dealership, which is not that hard to get to. Next we have is the drone, and the drone is another vehicle I use. I don't use it as frequent as most other vehicles, but I still sometimes use it, but I still prefer using the Army Heli since it's more reliable than the drone. Once again, the drone costs 1 million cash and it spawns at the 1 million dealership. However, it does not spawn on the top since the Army Heli takes the spot. Instead, you're just gonna have to go inside of 1 million dealership to find it. It is pretty close to facing one of the bank trucks locations. So, of course, it's not that hard to find, but if you find it, well, congratulations, you can just get the drone. Unlike the Army Heli, it only seats up to 2 people, which is a big disappointment, and it's a little faster, but the altitude is a lot lower, but not as low as the crew capsule, which is no longer obtainable as of the Season 3 update. But anyways, that is the next vehicle I've used. The next vehicle, a lot of people do tend to use this vehicle. It's only 600,000 cash, and most of you already know what it is. But if you do not know what it is the Roadster. Now, of course, I do use the Roadster a lot, and of course, it's a really good car. However, there are some downsides, like it UFOs, and it's kind of bouncy, as you can see. But nevertheless, it's still a great car to use, and I highly encourage you to get it. It spawns by the Bedimo charging station. And I'm going to wrap it up for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and as always, I'm always Mr. Vince. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.